Hi everybody, welcome to Live Blogger. In this tutorial series, we are creating this website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now this is our progress as of now. We have created this hero section and the about section. Now in this video, we will design this gallery section and also this contact section. So let's get started. Right, here I'm in my source code and let's go outside the about section. So this is where the about section ends, and here let's create our next section, which is this our work section, and I will just give it an ID of gallery. So let's create a section with an ID of gallery. Now this also should be inside a max width, so we need to add this division called content container, because for that we have given a max width in the CSS. So if we just search for content container, here we can see that we have set a max width of 800 pixels. So let's go back, and here let's add a division with the class of content container. Now in this, let's create an h2 and let's type our work for the heading. And after that, we need to have the gallery. So let's create a division with the class of gallery. And in this, we will add all the images. So let's create an img tag. And in the source, let's type images /. And we have these images called work1, work2, work3, and work4. So let's select work1. And I'll just duplicate this 3 more times. And here let's type work2, 3, and 4. So that's it with the HTML of the gallery section. So let's go ahead and create a comment. I'll just type end of gallery section. And let's also write the HTML for the contact section. So here we have the contact section over here. Now we have this testimonial section over here, but we will design it in the next video because we need to add a library for creating this slider effect. So we'll create that in the next video. So here for the contact section, let's create a section with an ID of contact. And here also let's create a division with the class of content container. And let's create an h2 and let's type contact. Now in this contact section, we need to have the contact form. So let's create a form element. And inside this, let's create the input fields. If you go back here, we can see that we have the label and the input field. And then we have the label and the input field. So let's create a group for each of the labels and input fields. So let's create a division with the class of group, and let's create a label, and this will be a label for name. So let's type name over here, and here let's type name. And now let's create an input field with the type of text, and let's give it an ID of name. And now we can see that we have this input field and this label. Right, let's go ahead and copy this group and paste it here one more time. And the second one is for email. So let's select all of these and let's type email over here. You can press Command D or Control D to select all these instances. Right, now let's copy this once more, and here we need to change this to a text area because this is gonna be multi-lines. So here for the name, let's change this to message. Here also let's change this to message, and we also need to change the ID to message. And let's just remove the columns from here. And then lastly, let's go ahead and create a button. And here let's type send. And let's set the type of the button to submit. And with that, we have written the HTML for the contact section. So I'll just create a comment and let's type end of contact section. Right, now let's go ahead and start styling this. So this is how our page looks right now. So let's go to a style.css file and let's create a comment. I'll just type gallery. The first thing we will do is we'll select the gallery division. Here we can see we have this division with the class of gallery, and we need to display 2 of these images in a row. So let's type display of grid and grid template columns to 1fr, which means 2 columns of the same width. And let's also set a gap of 8 pixels. And we also need to change the width of the images. So let's type gallery img, and let's set the width to 100%. And now we can see that the gallery looks alright. And when we are on smaller screens, we need to display one image in a row. So let's go ahead and add a media query over here. So I'll just type at media, max width of 800 pixels. So whenever the screen width is less than 800 pixels, let's select the gallery division, and let's set the grid template columns to just 1FR, which means one column. So now we can see we have just one column, and with that we have styled our gallery section. Now let's go ahead and style the contact section. So let's create a comment. I'll just type contact. Now we have the group division inside contact form. So let's type form group, and let's set the display to flex, and flex direction to column, and let's add a gap of 8 pixels. So now we can see that the label is at the top and the input field is at the bottom. Right, now let's select these input fields and this text area. So let's type form input and form text area, and let's set the padding to 8 pixels top and bottom and 16 pixels left and right. And let's set the font size to 16 pixels. Let's set the border to none, and let's add a margin bottom of 20 pixels. And this is how this contact form looks. Now we don't want to display this resize option over here. So let's tap form text area, and let's tap resize none. And now we don't have the option of resizing. Right, now let's select this button. So let's tap form button, and let's set the padding to 8 pixels top and bottom, 16 pixels left and right. Let's set the border to none, and let's set the font size to 18 pixels, font weight to bold, and let's set the background color to light gray, and let's set the cursor to pointer, and let's also add a minimum width. So let's tap min width, and let's set it to 200 pixels. And with that we have styled our contact section. So that's basically it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments below. And if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.